United States today. Trump Tower is in fact taller than the Empire State Building. It stands at 92 stories, 1,389 feet. A five-star hotel, 472 luxury condominiums above. If you'd like to live in downtown Chicago, there is a place for you right here. Units are starting at about $650,000, and I happen to know that the 88th floor is for sale. $7 million is the asking price. Now things are tough. You could probably steal that for $6.2. The actual architect is a gentleman by the name of Adrian Smith. He's creating quite a legacy for himself. The architectural firm, Skidmore, Owings & Merrill, SOM. Very prolific in Chicago and around the world. Now I'm going to stay on the right. Modernist or international style of architecture. The great representative of that style is the former IBM building on our right. The basic steel box, tinted windows, and I-beams. This is the last structure ever designed by Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Mr. van der Rohe, quite a legacy around the world. He's the father of this style of architecture. He comes to Chicago from Germany, 1938. He becomes the Dean of Architecture at the Illinois Institute of Technology. His motto, less is more. Much to the contrary, though, Chicago's Marina Towers. The first residential properties ever built on this river. 64 and 67. Mr. Bertram Goldberg, the architect, is concerned about flight from city to suburbs. He includes in his property not just boat docks and restaurants initially, grocery store, movie theater, bowling alley, ice skating rink, you name it, no reason to leave your property. Today, the Hotel Saks and the House of Blues right here on Dearborn Street. This is the Western River Hotel. Modernist architecture again here, the American Bar Association building. The difference being this one is stainless steel and a green tinted windows. Flatwater restaurant, popular with boaters among others because they can dock and enjoy that space. The Reed Murdoch Center, more representative of what the Chicago River looked like back in 1914. This was a grocery store warehouse. It's a great example of the term adaptive reuse. Today, mixed commercial space and Fulton's. That's fine dining taking up 2 floors along the river today. The buzzword, so to speak, for modern architecture would be energy sustainability. This 60-story residential property is brand new, 2009. 300 North LaSalle. For example, they use Chicago River water right here to air condition the entire building. There's an extensive green roof or garden roof mitigating water runoff. Very popular in Chicago. Our city hall is 100 years old. Has an extensive green or garden roof above. How about the Merchandise Mart? Largest in the world, 1931. This huge Art Deco structure. 4 million square feet. 2 city blocks and 5 acres. Home to 500 showrooms of furniture and apparel among many other tenants today. The Merchandise Mart fell on rough financial times after World War II. It was sold and purchased by Joseph P. Kennedy of the Kennedy family. After the war, $13 million. Kennedy family sold it, $575 million, 1997. This area of the river is where the main branch meets the north branch, which is to the right. The south branch is left. By the way, the word Chicago, it's really an Americanized pronunciation of what was an Indian word meaning wild onions or skunk grass. Those plants grew wild on the river banks, believed to be a Potawatomi Indian name, Chicago, something like that. We're heading south, right underneath Lake Street. You see the L train going by again. Traffic on one level, the elevated trains above. Four double-decker bridges in downtown Chicago. Two of them have traffic on one level and the L trains above. Because of Chicago's location in the center of the U.S., our city has been a railroad hub since the 1800s, and we remain so today. To the right, railroad tracks. Here they come. Amtrak Metro lines. Did it hold up any builders or developers? No way. They built right over the railroad tracks, as example by right here, 100 North Riverside Plaza. The structure itself is from 1990, designed by Perkins and Will, and today, international headquarters for Boeing aircraft. Boeing comes to Chicago from Seattle, the early part of this decade. We're certainly pleased with that.
We aren't.
A huge Art Deco structure on the other side of Washington Boulevard is from 1928. It was home to one of our major daily newspapers, the Chicago Daily News. They stopped publishing in 1978. Mixed commercial use today, and there's an outdoor plaza right along the river there. Now you see all the folks on Madison Street Bridge? Well, they're heading home. About 50,000 railroad commuters in and out of town every day. They're heading to one of the two train stations. This is the Ogilvy Center. It's on the first floor of the City Court building. The City Court building made it look like a cascading waterfall there. First floor is the train station. The Ogilvy Center is the train station. It was named after one of Illinois governors who has not gone to jail. Trains or buildings built over the railroad. You can see that for yourself, quite clearly. The other train station servicing this area is Chicago's Union Station, about 100 yards or so to the west, right down Adams Street here. The busiest in the U.S. during the railroad heyday. If you have occasion to enter there, you'll see a grand train hall, beautiful public space, 1925. Cameras at the ready. The tallest building in the United States will be right in front of us. The tallest building in the world for 24 years. I'm speaking of the Willis Tower, known to most as the Sears Tower, right here. 110 stories, 1,454 feet. Head up to the observation deck and step right on outside of it. You see those four glass boxes? You step out there and look down at us, as they are doing right now. If you have any anxiety about going up there, let me add to that. The building will sway 18 inches in any direction. Sometimes the winds up there can be gale force. You'll feel that sway if you're up there. The structure was completed in 1974, the largest in the world then, and it's still the largest in the U.S., tallest. SOM, Skidmore, Owings and Merrill. Bruce Graham was the architect and the engineer Dr. Fazler Khan. The same team of fellas also designed the John Hancock in Chicago. We'll see that one from out on the lake quite clearly. The original developer, Sears,